Hi, we're the KThree, and this is our Astro Corner for Leos.
Yeah.
As I have said numerous times, Leos hold a very special place in my heart. As far as
they do in all of our
exactly. As far as astrology goes, my rising sign is Cancer, which means that my chart ruler is my moon, and my moon is in Leo. So I have I love me some Leo for sure. So I'm super excited about this list this week.
Yes,
all right,
good.
And
It is some good Leos.
there's some good Leos. And my favorite Leo. It's coming up. All right, let's just start. Actually, a lot of them are my favorites. Okay, so let's just start. We're going to go youngest to oldest, okay? So we're going to go start with someone who just finished up an amazing show, and we've loved him all year. Crown Clown, Hotel de Luna.
Absolute Boyfriend.
Absolute Boyfriend I didn't watch, but yes.
I watched a lot of it.
Yeah, so very good. Wildly talented. Yeo Jin-goo, right?
Mm-hmm.
His name is Yeo Jin-goo, so you knew I was going to be in at least for that, right? So it wasn't going to be that difficult. He was August 13th, 1997, which makes him a Leo with a bunch of Virgo in there. So that's probably why I'm so he's like one of my favorites, because there's a lot of that kind of synastry happening there. But yeah, he is a Leo sun. He's got a Virgo Mercury and a Virgo Venus. He's also got a Virgo North node. So he's got a lot of that energy in his chart, and it's also what he's working towards. So he's working towards going from that Piscean, everything's great, everything's good, it's good. He's now got to work to take like all of that energy and like kind of make it a little bit more focused and a little bit more practical, because Pisces tend to be a little bit more, whatever, it's all good. That whole hippie vibe, which is great. He's very comfortable in that. He's very good at it. He's very good at being, and I think we've seen this in a lot of his roles, where he's really comfortable is nurturing and taking care of people. And that's a Virgo role because it's kind of the Earth Mother, but Pisces is that kind of, they want to give and receive like unconditional love. And I do think that we see a lot of that in a lot of his roles that I've been really drawn to with him. I didn't see Circle. I keep trying to watch Circle, but Circle is unavailable. Subbed anywhere, which sucks.
He's very
right?
good in it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I really want to see that. But do you think that resonates with that character as well?
Well, he's a college student trying to solve it was a murder or disappearance. So yeah, I mean, yeah.
And even Absolute Boyfriend, even though he was a robot, he was as a robot, he was constantly concerned for his girlfriend's welfare.
So I mean, I
was
think
like his sole purpose.
I think that is just that Pisces South node. It's what he's the most comfortable in. It's that taking care of the world kind of a thing. And then he's over here. He's got this Leo sun. He's got this heavy Virgo, and then he's got this Libra. He's got a Libra Mars. And then he's over here, and he's got that kind of also needs people to get along. The way he takes action, he's never going to come at you. He's never going to come in hot. He's going to come in kind of like, hey guys, so kind of like his Hotel de Luna. He never really came in hot. He always had a solution. He always had a way to make all parties happy. And I think they even mentioned it, that he was like, he always wins. It's amazing. Like, it's fascinating. So I think that he played really well into that. And then he's got over here, he's got a I think he's a Sag moon. It could be it might be based on the time. He's either Sag or Scorpio. I don't really get a Scorpio moon off of him, but I could be wrong. He's got when he played in the Crown Clown, when he played the actual prince, I could see a little bit of a Scorpio moon possibly. Yeah. Like that might be what he's tapping into.
I wonder if his actual birth time could be like really close.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like I think it's one of the two. So it's very interesting. So yeah, he's just very well rounded. He's got some fire, he's got some earth, he's got some air, so he's got kind of all of that happening. And then he's got that Virgo North node, so he's going to want to make the world a better place. He might be a little bit high strung about it, but he's not, he's not here to like pave new, like forge new paths or find, the cure to this. He wants the world as it is to become a better place. And so I can't wait to see what he does, because he just does. He's just got a lovely, lovely setup. And, they got that Leo. He just shines. Like, that's just what all Leos do. They just shine. And I think he's got that in spades. So I'm really excited to keep watching him. So, yeah. Okay. Moving on.
All right.
Probably one of our all-time favorite females.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. She's so amazing. Kim Min-jung, guys. She's She's almost what you are your birthday is the 26th?
25th.
25th. She's the 30th. You guys are both July Leos.
Yeah.
So that's a whole different breed of Leo, which is really fascinating.
In what
to me.
way?
It's just it's kind of the more pure Leo. It's more that when they walk into a room, like I've arrived.
Yeah.
They've arrived.
Where the August Leos are more like, I'm a good benevolent ruler. The July Leos are more like,
Like, hey.
could be. As long
Don't cross me.
Exactly. As long as I'm adored, we'll see how this goes. Like the Julys have more of that pure strain of that, which I have found. But I love it. Are you kidding me? I freaking love it, especially in women, because they just walk into a room and own it, and that is what.
Oh my gosh.
That's what Marisa does every time, which is amazing. And we all know that Kim Min-jung does it every time she steps up.
gosh.
Every time she walks into a scene, you're just like,
My
sure.
fellow citizens was just so
was-
amazing. Every time she was on screen, she was just perfect and
Yeah.
in charge. And to cast her as the head of this, loan shark business.
It was brilliant.
Even when
So
she was
good.
flustered, she was in charge.
Oh my
Of course.
god.
Even when
because-
she was figuring things out.
Because the fact
she
of the
was in
matter
charge.
is, she's hardwired that way. Like, there is no getting around it. Like, it is just who she is. It's amazing. And I probably should back up. This is the basic breakdown of Leo. Leo is a fire sign. It is a fixed sign. And it is its whole essence is basically they want to be adored. That is just what Leos are. Leos are the big cats. They are the ones that they need to make sure that they are front and center. They need that energy coming and that whole thing. But they're a lot of fun. People are drawn to them. It's that fun. What's the word? It's that fun, like love affair kind of energy. It's childlike. It's all those things.
Playful.
Yeah, it's very playful, but it does get shit done, and they like to be in charge, and they like you to look at them when it's happening and think they're amazing. And so that is the Leo energy, and she is the Sun Mercury conjunct. So who she is and how she communicates is all coming from a Leo standpoint. So it's all of that energy is, you bet I'm in charge, and you bet I know what I'm doing, and you bet you better pay attention to me. And that's how she talks, and it's how she is, and it's who she is. It's amazing. And then she's got her Venus over here in Cancer, so she comes at it, and it's actually conjunct her North Node, also in Cancer. So she comes at it from a very maternal standpoint. So kind of like in the few episodes that I watched of Mr. Sunshine, the way she ran that hotel. She took very good care of her people, but you do not cross her.
Don't.
No.
She had some martial arts skills
Yeah.
and some weapons. So.
But I think the reason people were so drawn to her is because that's an innate thing about her. You had that Leo fierceness, and then you had the Cancer nurturingness, and that's just part of her makeup. So she wasn't going against anything that was part of that, of who she is. And then she again has over here, she's got her Mars is over here in Libra. So again, we've got that need to balance it all. So she's not going to come in too hot. She's going to probably occasionally come in too hot because that's just what Leos do. And then they go, oops, sorry. And then they want to balance it out a little bit. So she's going to come in, but her whole thing is going to want to make sure that when she takes action, it's not too polarizing. It's going to want to make sure people get together. And then she's also another one, but she's one. She could either be a Sag moon or a Scorpio moon. She's one I would definitely put in a Scorpio moon category. That's just like you. For sure, right?
Yeah.
Come on. You guys could be like sisters.
She's my best friend
I know,
already.
that's what I'm telling you. But I do. She strikes me as a much more of a Scorpio moon, or emotionally, it's intense, man. It's not fucking around. Like, she emotionally feels safe when she's in control and she knows what's going on and she can get deep and she can, she doesn't suffer fools lightly. Like, she is not going to put up with that shit. And so you combine that again. You got this. You got these fixed signs. So you got the situation where she's not going to be horrible. Once she makes a decision, it's not like that. It's just who she is. There's not going to be a lot of change happening at that point. Not a lot of wavering. I mean, I think that's good. Why she's got that Libra Mars that gives her a little bit of that softer touch along with the Cancer. But yeah, she's a fierce woman, and she's amazing, and I love her so much.
Oh, she's my girl.
She is totally your girl.
What are all the little arrowy things that I see?
Oh, that's Sag.
Oh, okay.
She's got a bunch of Sag in her chart. Yeah. But they're all kind of the slower moving planets. So she's just in that generation where a lot of that is, just as a generation, they kind of have more of a find your own path kind of ideology. That kind of, we see the path that everyone's taking, and I could walk that path, and I could walk it very fine, but I think I'm going to go over here and not really care too much about what people think. It's not that Aquarian energy where it's like, I'm just going to create a whole new path going in that direction.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, here's the path. I'm going to just kind of step out here and just kind of do my own thing, maybe simultaneously. But
Keeping
you can
that
either,
path in view, but
Yeah.
still in my own lane.
yeah, it's kind of that. It's a little bit more of that. But again, a fire sign. So again, that active, need to get stuff done. So yeah, I love her so much. I can't wait for her to
She's
show
so
up
fun to
again.
watch.
She's so fun to watch. So yeah. And then
Anybody else? I think we have another Leo, don't we,
and
Jen?
then we have another Leo, guys. If you've watched this show at all, even for 10 minutes, even seen us on Twitter, you all know probably one of my all-time favorites is Lee Sang-yoon. And yeah, he's a Leo. He's that guy. I adore him. And I don't really know why. So where is he?
Figure
Oh,
it
wow.
out.
Yeah.
So his birthday's right near my husband's birthday,
Oh, okay. When's your husband's birthday?
August 18th.
Oh.
Oh.
In 81?
Yeah. Nina romance.
I love it. Yes. I love that. I love me a good Nuna romance. Okay, so
81?
Lee Sang-yoon. August 15th, 1981. Oh, he's just, there's so many, I could go into the whole synastry of why he's probably my favorite with just my chart, but we'll just talk about him. So he
a little
is,
bit about that.
we
I'm
can talk a little,
curious.
it's really kind of weird. But
I will
there's a
say,
reason why
if
he's
I-
very much, yeah.
By way of contrast, I find him a very good actor, but I'm looking at the list of shows and I haven't really seen a lot of the shows that he's in, so I'm not
Yeah.
as drawn to him.
No,
So
you are,
he-
but I can tell you, but that's exactly, I
On
could
the way to
definitely.
the airport.
which you guys both loved, yeah. And I didn't
Loved it
watch.
so much. So he is a Leo sun. He is also a Leo Mercury. So he's kind of got that combo like with Kim Min-jung. It's not quite as tight of a conjunction, but it is a conjunction. So he's never going to not be on screen or when he speaks that you're not going to pay attention to him. There is something about him that regardless of whether you're watching him in Masters in the House or if he is even in About Time, where you're like, oh, what? Okay, continue. Please
I'm
continue.
paying attention.
It may make zero sense, but please continue. Like you're drawn to that. He has that. He commands that stage,
Attention.
that attention, right?
Yeah.
And so then you look over here. He's got his Venus is in Virgo. So the way he does the way his relationships are is he's very particular. He's going to be very much. It's going to be a very specific situation to have a relationship with him. He's going to have specific rules. Is probably not the way he would think of it, but probably if you were engaging with him as a friend or as a lover, it would be like, dude, for real, are you going to nitpick everything I do? But for people with Venus in Virgo, it's more about, this is how I show you that I care. Like I'm trying to make everything as good as possible. And so that's
wow.
kind of, so you'll notice like, especially in like,
specific expectations, but in service of
exactly.
showing how I care.
And you'll notice that a lot when you watch Masters in the House. Like he'll go to do something and everyone's kind of like, what the hell are you doing? And he's just like, he gets all like flustered and
Because
mad.
I
But
have to
it's
do it.
him trying to make the situation better, but it's just not really in his wheelhouse. But he's trying because you, as a Virgo, if you have any Virgo energy in your chart at all, you must try to make it better. That's just what you have to do. And so that's for him is in relationships. And then he's got his Mars is over here in Cancer. So he's got this soft heart of where he takes action. So he's never going to come in and be like the most aggressive. And I think we see that in almost all of his roles. Like look at him in how on the way to the airport. Like their relationship developed because of tragedy and whatnot, but he never was like aggressive about it. And she was never aggressive about it. It was like these two little like wounded animals kind of just found each other. And that's kind of that Mars action energy because it's always gonna come from a nurturing standpoint. It's gonna come from a softer standpoint. You're gonna get stuff done, but it's gonna come from that the heart center more or less. That's just what that is. It's more of an emotional way to take action. And so so he's got this, and then he's got his moon is in Aquarius. So that's where you get that quirky stuff that you see all the time in Masters in the House. Like boy is quirky. Like, and I think
That's the physicist.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's
'cause he's
totally his
good at
physicist
dude,
side,
yeah.
right?
Yes.
Super smart,
Yeah.
super on it, loves these out of the, like just ideas that everyone's just like, on Masters in the House, they do the weird Matrix thing with the sound. Every time he thinks, they like put it over his head. It's hilarious because you can just see him thinking, and it's like like a computer. And that's that Aquarian, but that's where he feels emotionally comfortable. That's where he is in his zone, is when he can just like figure out data, like figure it out, and like, you know, be able to, you know, look at it from a completely different way. And so that is his emotional standpoint. And then his North Node is over here in Leo. So again, you've got that Leo energy. So even though he's got the Sun and the Mercury in there, that's what he's here to learn to do, because his South Node is in Aquarius. So where he's it's really interesting, because where he's emotionally comfortable is what is his South Node. So that is where he's most emotionally comfortable. He's the most, that's where he can like close himself off and kind of hang out in that Aquarian world of like physics and space. The opening episode of Masters in the House, he was watching Big Bang Theory. Like he is, that is where he's the most emotionally safe. Isn't that like, that would be his perfect, that's where he's emotionally safe. But what he's here to do is be on that stage, to be the person that's, you know, that is in charge and front and center and all of that. So yeah, I dig him. Why are you not more drawn to him? It's because you are.
Why you are?
Oh, the reason you're probably not is because he doesn't have a lot of Earth in his chart, and you have a ton of Earth in your chart. He's got some, but there's probably only pings for you because there's only a little bit in his chart, and then he's only got a little bit of air. He's got a little bit of air, and your air probably plays well with his fire, but not. It's not a great match for what you've got going. Because because Gemini to Leo, it's a nice match, but Leos and Geminis both kind of need to be the ones that everyone's paying attention to, and so it kind of becomes into like, hey, wait, what about me? How about me? And so it becomes a little. So you're probably like, nah, I don't want to share the stage. Lee Sang-yoon. So yeah, so there's definitely a little bit of that.
I'll watch you in your show. You watch me in my show.
Totally,
Trade-off.
right?
That's the Libra.
Exactly, it's that Libra energy, and he doesn't have a lot. His Libra energy is all in slower moving planets for sure. So this is why astrologically, even in About Time, I watch all episodes. There's a whole bunch of synastry in here that makes it's very convoluted. If you don't, it's a lot of astrology. But what it boils down to is him and I both have a bunch of planets all at the degree of 22. A lot of them are conjunct. A lot of them are in aspect to each other, whether it's a square or an opposition or conjunct. And so there's a lot of this really, we have probably 5 different conjunct aspects in exact aspects in our chart, in our synastry chart. So that's why I'm so drawn to him. Like his Pluto sits directly on my Venus. My moon is like 2 degrees away from his sun. My Saturn sits directly on and is exact to his moon in a square. So there's a little bit of friction there, but it's a good friction. My Neptune is in an exact opposition to his Chiron and in an exact square to his sun. So there's like all of these exact combinations that even if VIP turns out to be another About Time, I'm probably watching all the episodes because I can't not watch him. Like it's just that I cannot explain it. It's just
that's like me with any Soji sub show.
Yeah,
it doesn't
it's
matter.
just I'm
the
just
quality
like
of the show does not matter. I will watch it from start to
it's
finish.
just it's bizarre. But if you look at our charts, there's like all these really hard. The number 22 is huge in both of our charts. So that's really probably the only thing I can come up with. But yeah, he's I'm looking forward to him in this new one.
Astro match.
Well, I just find him so compelling and so strong in a quiet way, and I'm really looking forward to VIP.
And that's exactly, but that's that Virgo. That's that Virgo Cancer, Venus Mars. So that's how he takes action and how he relates to people. Yeah. So yeah, I am looking forward. I think VIP is going to be a really interesting one because I think I would love to see what he can do with a partner like Jenn.
Yes,
it's going to be so good. I'm super excited. Oh my god, you guys! Thank you for letting me like nerd out over this. It made me so happy.
It was so fun.
I love Leo so much. Yay! All right, we're the KThree. I'm Jen.
I'm Karen.
I'm Marisa.
And you can check out what we're watching right now, what we're liking, loving, and dropping if you check out our weekly watch list right there. And we will see you next time. Bye.